Hello, friends. I have another book for you today. The book today is Caps for Sale. And this book has the author and the illustrator are the same person. That means they did both. They wrote the story and they made the pictures. And that person is Esfir Slobodkina. I'm not sure how to say that name, but I did my best. Okay, Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. A peddler is a person who sells things. There he is. He sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on the top of his head. First, he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. There's his caps. Carries them on his head. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. He doesn't want them to fall over. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First, his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Refreshed means new and all fresh and ready to go. He felt better. I know there's a glare there. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. Something's missing. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? What are your guesses? What do you think he saw? We'll find out. On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. Look at those monkeys. They're wearing the hats. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tut, tut, tut, tut." This made the peddler angry. So he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, "Tut, tut, tut." They're just doing what he does. Now he felt quite angry. He was having a strong feeling. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tut, tut, tut." He's mad. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tut, tut, tut." At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. What are they going to do? And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First, his own checked cap, then the gray ones, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, he walked back to town, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. I hope you liked that story. I love to see pictures of you in your hats. All right, bye friends.